Welcome to my channel. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is MrHydeRager, but you can just call me Rager. I'm glad you're here. However you found my channel, whether it's casually scrolling YouTube or you came from Facebook or Twitter or Twitch, I'm glad you're here, no matter which way you got here. This is the introduction to my YouTube channel, and I want to take a couple of minutes just to kind of introduce who I am, what I do, and what you can expect from this channel, which is primarily going to be clips from Twitch, as I am a Twitch streamer, and then maybe the occasional dedicated YouTube video just to say hello and see what's going on. So a little bit about me. First things first, my name and where it came from. So I really kind of came up with this name as a mixture of a lot of things that were personal to me. I'm a huge fan of Kid Cudi, and his song MrHydeRager was something that I had on nonstop repeat when it came out. I really enjoy his music still to this day, but that song and really his nickname as MrHydeRager, for whatever reason, always really stuck out to me. Of course, Mr. Hyde is a reference to the Dr. Jekyll alter ego from the old stories. And then Hyde especially was something that was personal to me because I was called Hyde for years, from middle school into high school, in reference to the That 70s Show character, Stephen Hyde. I looked a little bit like him. I acted a lot like him. And so that was a lot of who I was. So when I came up with this name, it really captured all of these different things. And I'm somebody that likes a lot of double, triple, quadruple entendres, if you know what I mean. So a little bit more about me. I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I started out as a avid gamer from 3 or 4 years old. My older brother had a Nintendo, Super Nintendo to be specific, and a Sega Genesis. And so, from a very young age, I'm playing Super Mario World and Zelda: A Link to the Past, and of course, all of the Sonic the Hedgehog games. And this really formulated who I was as a person. And has continued to be a major source of sort of my hobby going on until today, right? So I didn't get my first video game console until I was 6-ish with the Nintendo 64. And, from there, I've been a huge Nintendo fanboy up until, late high school when I started to convert to Xbox, and now, of course, I'm PC gaming. But for me, so much of what that gaming experience was growing up, interacting with my older brother and then my younger brother when he came along, and gaming with those guys. And then eventually, as I grew up, with my friends to this day, it really is what drove me into wanting to be a video game content creator and start streaming on Twitch. So about 5 years ago, I moved to Tampa, Florida. And this was huge for me for a lot of reasons, but I had always wanted to be in the tropical area near the water. As a kid going on vacation with my grandparents to the beach, just one of my fondest memories. And so when the opportunity to move to Tampa came up through an employer, I jumped on it, and I've been there ever since. So I currently live in the Tampa area. I love living here, meeting new people, and exploring the area. And it's really broadened my horizons to not just living in a different place, but experiencing different things, different cultures, and the whole 9 yards. So I currently have the luxury of working remote, and that's what's really afforded me the opportunity to be able to do this as a potential new direction. I do work professionally full time. My personal career is very important to me, but this is something that I've always wanted to give a shot. So, here we are. So I think one of the big things that I think is really important for me not just to put down on pen and paper, but share with you, my audience, is some of the things that I think not only I want to accomplish, but I think I can accomplish as part of this whole Twitch streaming thing. And I've got to thank Ludwig, the streamer, and if you're familiar with Twitch, you probably know who that is, for this idea and the thought process behind naming your goals and even being willing to share them. So for my short-term goals, which to me is 6 to 12 months, first things first, I want to become a Twitch affiliate. And I think that's probably pretty typical for somebody in my position trying to do what I'm trying to do, right? That gives me that first foot in the door to be able to expand and improve my content, earn a little bit of money from doing so, and really take this thing to the next level from a seriousness perspective. Another thing is I want to get sponsored by Bawls, which is an energy drink brand. If you're not familiar with it, you really should be. Go look them up. I'll even link them down in the description for free this time. But Bawls is something that when I was a kid going to a local LAN center to game with friends, they had it for sale there. And then for years I could never find it, but it was always something that was very dear to me. And of course now as an adult I can just order the stuff online, but it remains my favorite drink. It remains one of my favorite products, and their closeness to the gaming community has really always resonated with me. So again, as we grow, it's a company that I would love to do business with. And then my final short-term goal is averaging 100 viewers. And I know that that's a lofty goal for 12 months, but with the rate that Twitch is growing and the content that I feel I can create, I think 100 viewers is more than achievable. And it's something that we're going to chase down every time we go live, from the time we start until the time we finish. So again, these are my short-term goals, and I think they're not just achievable, but something that we're going to absolutely accomplish in the very near future. My long-term goals, that's years 1 to 3. Obviously, I kind of mentioned becoming a Twitch affiliate, and I think the obvious next step is becoming a Twitch partner within the next couple of years. That for me, and I think for anybody that's in this game, that is the hallmark of really being able to achieve something, right? If you become a partner and all those doors that start to open up to you, it's such a critical step, right? And so I think for me, trying to get there within years 1 to 3 of doing this thing, it's a no-brainer. And again, I wouldn't write it down if I didn't think we could get there. Number 2, this might feel a little bit vague, but I really want to travel the world, whether that's Europe or Asia, Japan, Taiwan, Singapore, the Philippines. There's so much out there. And of course, Africa and South America have their own beautiful places to visit and learn about. Traveling has always been super important to me. It was one of the things that really drove me to want to leave Cincinnati growing up, come to Tampa, and really from here, it's just about taking the opportunities that come up or making my own opportunities and really being able to experience the world. And then, of course, my final long-term goal is a lofty one. But again, I wouldn't write it down and share it with you guys if I didn't think we could get there. I want to average 1,000 viewers on my live streams by the end of that 3-year period. And I think it's achievable. Again, the way that Twitch is growing, the way that streaming is growing, and the kind of content that I personally think that I'm going to be bringing to the table, I think we can absolutely get to a point of averaging 1,000 viewers. No problem. So all that being said, the things that I'm working towards, and I want you to support me in that. So I need to tell you what you can expect from me, right? And it's simple. For me, it's all about consistency, right? Number 1, I want to stream a minimum of 3 times a week once we get started. And of course, I do have to unfortunately make exceptions for business travel and personal time. Again, I do still have a full-time career that's incredibly important to me. Content creation. Of course, like I mentioned, I'm a gamer. And as I've gotten older, FPS, multiplayers, MMOs, those things have really taken a lot more of my gaming time, and that's okay because I think that a lot of people like to watch that kind of gaming anyway. But we'll also continue to get into things like party gaming with friends, and then again, when Nintendo comes out with that new Zelda game or that new Mario game, you can bet that I will be playing it and streaming it for everybody to watch. And then we will get into a little bit of current events. I am a very politically active person. I've worked on political campaigns before, and I think that given the success of people like Hassan, there's clearly a market for that kind of content when people can talk intelligently about what's going on. So that will be a huge part of what I want to bring to the table. And then for me, quality is so important, and it should be for you too. So as we go, constant improvement is going to be a hallmark of this channel and of my streams. It's something that I've learned in my personal career, that you can never be okay with just continuing to put out the status quo, because somebody somewhere is always going to be trying to pushing that envelope, and if you're not, you're just going to get left behind. So again, constant improvement coming from my not just my content, but also my hardware, whether it's audio, video, stream quality, etc. All of these things I'm going to continue to invest in. And again, I have to give kudos and my thanks to Ludwig. Bigger number, better person. And so as this thing grows, so does my ability to push the envelope and deliver better, for obvious reasons, right? The doors that get opened, the things that I can do, it all comes hand in hand. So again, these are the expectations, but what comes next, right? What do we want to do from here? Well, I think the biggest first thing that I can do is go on and start my first official Twitch stream. So I've kind of made several allusions to this, whether it's on Twitter or Facebook or wherever you might have found me. But I've kind of been building up to this and trying to make sure that our first official stream really sets the stage for everything that comes next. So teasing and kind of building up to this moment, I do want to announce, and I'm very excited to say, that my very first official stream on Twitch will be on July 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern. So wherever you're at, whenever that is for you, hopefully you'll be able to tune in, join us, be active in chat, and do everything else. Again, if you're new here, I can't thank you enough for watching this video, joining in on the Twitch streams when they start. And, of course, if you've got the time and you're on those platforms, follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Again, it's at MrHydeRager and all of those places. And I can't wait to see you there and talk with you and enjoy this journey with everybody that comes along with me on it. If you're here still watching at the end of the video, as if you spend any time on YouTube, dropping me a like and hitting the subscribe button really does help. It's going to be huge as we continue to grow and get bigger. So again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk soon. Peace out.